and gentlemen, boys and girls, IWE fans everywhere. The electricity is in the room. The big match feel is in this room at the Elevation Arena. We have two heavy hitters, two main event players going for that IWE Championship. James Johnson, the champion, White Mike, going one-on-one here at the Days of Thunder main event. The tie-dye king, James Johnson, said earlier tonight that he is in the best tag team in all the Carolinas. Of course, Exotic Youth took great exception of that. White Mike earlier tonight came out and attacked Rob Killjoy out of nowhere.
James Johnson made the save earlier.
Yes, James Johnson did make the save there earlier.
And promised Rob Killjoy that if he won the title tonight, that Rob Killjoy would be the first challenger.
James Johnson is extra motivated. What an incredible way to end our debut here in Lexington, North Carolina, to crown a new champion. But don't put it past White Mike. Let me tell you something about this man. White Mike stands on the mountaintop here in IWE. It's lonely at the top, Curtis.
White Mike threatening to leave if the fans aren't nicer to him.
IWE Heavyweight Champion White Mike. He's not the IWE champion for no reason. This man is the top dog here in IWE. That's why he is arrogant enough to keep doing these open challenges. And IWE management, they opened the floodgates with allowing White Mike to do these IWE heavyweight title matches under an open challenge type of matchup. White Mike said he ain't scared.
James looking for a fireman's carry maybe, or some type of snapmare takeover, blocked by White Mike. But now James in control of White Mike's head, and he's got his arms hooked here.
This main event is underway. James Johnson, an incredible athlete, looking to take down our IWE champion and White Mike. Kick up by White Mike.
Tripped back down by James Johnson.
James Johnson just trips him up.
Mike trying to get into the ropes here. Johnson is going to let him get back to his feet and reset.
The moment James Johnson found out that White Mike was going to do an open challenge for that IWE championship, James Johnson immediately contacted Caleb Kitchens and says, I want that spot. I want that main event. And here we are, IWE Days of Thunder.
White Mike really trying to control the pace right now, getting into James Johnson's head and throw him off his game.
Well, it looks like the IWE fans are getting in White Mike's head.
Yep. Waistlock by White Mike.
The Sultan of Stank, White Mike. Beautiful wrestling maneuvers by these two great athletes.
Johnson in control of White Mike's arm now. He's got a hammerlock applied. Very painful. Very painful in the forearm, all the way down to the fingertips. He shoots pain through there. Now a headlock by James Johnson.
White Mike has been an unbelievable IWE Heavyweight Champion so far, with victories over Kobe Carino, Skrilla the Great, and looking for a victory over James Johnson here tonight.
Yeah, Kobe Carino and Skrilla the Great are no names to sneeze at. Very impressive resume by White Mike.
James Johnson is a main event player all over the Southeast. He is a heavyweight champion and other great promotions. What a feather in his cap to come to IWE and become IWE Heavyweight Champion.
Johnson in hot pursuit here, giving White Mike a chop on the outside. Big forearms now.
Chops and forearms by James Johnson, looking to wear his opponent down. Not any other opponent, though, Curtis. This is our IWE champion.
This is smart by James Johnson, not let White Mike get away. Oh! Now the referee's letting that go. Normally that would be a problem, but those are little kids. You know, it's not going to hurt White Mike that much. Referee letting the match continue, even though the fans are striking White Mike. White Mike should have given him a high five earlier.
A chop by little Rey Mysterio.
Now he's getting a high five in his chest for being mean.
Exactly. Headbutt by James Johnson. Looks like it took a little bit out of James Johnson too, though. James Johnson smart, getting him back in the ring. He knows he can't win that IWE championship outside the ring, Curtis.
White Mike is offering. It looks like he's going to offer his hand here in sportsmanship. Oh no, he went for an eye gouge. James Johnson caught it, and now
White Mike is a sensational athlete, but let's face it, he is a despicable human being. Coming from North Charleston, South Carolina, that's my neck of the woods. Never met a man like White Mike. Never met an athlete like White Mike. That's why he sits on top of the IWE mountain. He is an athlete like no other. James Johnson looking to take down the king of IWE. He's looking to go on top. Oh, he's going on that middle rope.
Big missile drop kick from James Johnson. He's looking for the cover here. White Mike trying to get away. He can't.
James Johnson almost took White Mike out of his shoes there.
Only gets a count of two. The match continues. James Johnson has been hitting Mike so hard. Sweat's been flying off of all these chops and forearms.
Two heavy hitters.
Another big forearm to the back. Mike fighting back now.
The referee's at 2. White Mike would love nothing else to get this match into a count out.
What a chop.
What an incredible. Whoa, buddy, what a chop by James Johnson.
Johnson says he's going up.
More.
Already seen him connect with a missile dropkick earlier. What's he thinking about this time? From the high rent district.
Those were some breathtaking chops by James Johnson. White Mike said, "You're not going to get the upper hand in my house."
What? Backbreaker. Looks like it took something out of Mike too.
White Mike. He says his back is not only hurting because of James Johnson, but his back is hurting for carrying IWE on his back. He said earlier that all the success of IWE is because of him.
I mean, he's got a point. He's the champion. That's the name on the top of the marquee.
But it's disrespectful to all the great IWE fans, not only in Augusta, Georgia, but all over the Southeast, all over the United States. We have incredible IWE fans. White Mike, he does not care about giving the IWE fans a champion to be proud of.
Hey, being the champion, you don't think about the fans. What you're thinking about is, how long can I hold on to this? Because being the champion is a paycheck. And White Mike, he wants to be on top because he wants to keep cashing those checks.
Well, White Mike is definitely the king of the mountain here in IWE. He is the man to beat. And James Johnson, just chop after chop. I think James Johnson is looking to get in the Guinness Book of World Records of the most chops in one match.
White Mike going to the throat there. Oh, a humongous forearm.
Do not count James Johnson out.
That was not a cover that was going to win a match. That was a cover to make James Johnson expend some energy to kick out. He didn't get all of his weight down on his shoulders there. He knows he's not done with him yet. White Mike's going to continue to punish James Johnson. Or try to.
White Mike, he's having a verbal debate with these IWE fans. He needs to stay focused on his opponent.
Big knee.
Do not take James Johnson lightly.
White Mike letting his hair out here. What kind? Do you think he uses Pert Plus?
I don't know, Curtis. I definitely don't.
He's got a really nice head of hair on him.
White Mike.
White Mike with a taunt here. Will this backfire?
Giving James Johnson, might be giving James Johnson too much time with the silly antics by our great champion. Big time is a chili dog. Oh. White Mike is really beating down his opponent in James Johnson.
White Mike in complete control right now. Here's a cover. Big kick out by James Johnson. Deep cover that time. White Mike was going for the win there. Not trying to make return. He thought he had enough, but he's got to keep fighting him.
White Mike says he's going for that stank roll again.
And that's what happens when you play with your food. If you've got your opponent on the ropes, you try to put him away. And now James Johnson with a chance to get back on top of this match.
Those silly antics definitely backfired on our champion White Mike there. A powerful forearm right to the back of James Johnson. James Johnson showing a lot of heart, showing a lot of determination. He has his eye on the prize, and that is to become IWE champion here in our main event at Days of Thunder. Both men staggering up. James Johnson gets the upper hand. Powerful forearms back and forth. Who's going to win this exchange, Curtis?
Oh, well, I don't know. These guys are both hitting each other so hard. It looks like James Johnson pulling the head. Oh! White Mike with a back chop. It seems to have only infuriated Johnson.
So that fired James Johnson up. A headbutt right to the face. James Johnson, one of the best brawlers in the Carolinas, if not the best brawler. Chops, headbutt, kicks, forearms, all to our champion.
James Johnson is so accurate with those chops. Oh, big jawbreaker. I was going to say he's so accurate with those chops, hitting you in the same place over and over again. It just becomes this real excruciating, stinging pain.
Definitely looks like White Mike is staggering. White Mike is hurting.
Maybe White Mike shouldn't have screamed like that ahead of time to announce he was coming. Oh.
Yeah, he definitely alerted James Johnson there. James Johnson.
Looks like James Johnson looking for a backslide. White Mike fighting it.
James Johnson looks like he trains in a boxing gym.
Oh my goodness.
Incredible cutter by James Johnson.
Followed by a huge knee cover. What are you doing?
James Johnson is on the top of his game right now, wanting to become IWE champion. Went for a suplex, but it backfired.
White Mike misses. That should do it. New champion.
Do we have a new champion here?
White Mike kicks out. Oh no.
Looks like James Johnson pulled him up from the pinfall to go into that James Johnson crossface.
White Mike's arms in real jeopardy here.
His foot is on the ropes. Great ring awareness by our champion.
He's so long White Mike's very tall. He's able to stretch his legs out there.
Definitely using that height and advantage to his advantage.
Referee checking on him, White Mike, and he says he can continue. James Johnson.
The IWE fans are on the edge of their seats. Who will walk out Days of Thunder as your IWE champion? Will it be James Johnson? Will it be White Mike? Main event, what an incredible main event. Just a slap to the face. Put a little stank on it. White Mike says he's going for a choke slam, and it delivered. He delivered a powerful choke slam.
Will that do it?
James Johnson kicked out.
Able to dig down deep.
Dig down deep. James Johnson holding up the two fingers, letting these IWE fans know how determined he is to become IWE champion. White Mike he's such a heavy hitter. James Johnson is a heavy hitter. What an incredible main event.
Mike Johnson announced to everybody that he's going to hit him with a running knee. White Mike, sorry. James Johnson able to move.
The verbal attacks from White Mike is definitely hurting White Mike.
Shin breaker by James Johnson, and now he's looking for a figure four.
Well, we are in Ric Flair country. We are in Nature Boy country with that great figure four by James Johnson.
White Mike's shoulders down there, almost pinned in this figure four.
James Johnson can get a pinfall victory, or he can get a pinfall or a submission victory. But White Mike turns it around.
No, James Johnson rolled through. He's still in control. White Mike able to get a hold of the ropes. James Johnson breaks the hold. But the damage may have been done already.
The damage has definitely been done. Both these men putting it all on the line for that prestigious IWE championship. We've had the best of the best hold that title, and White Mike says he is the best. He is the greatest IWE champion of all time.
Big right hand from White Mike.
Just toying with him there. But James Johnson got the upper hand.
Pop-up forearm.
What is this? Ladies and gentlemen, what is this?
Oh, no. Oh, you hate to see that like this. Exotic Youth attacking James Johnson here.
Exotic Youth interrupting this incredible main event here at Days of Thunder. Exotic Youth got very angry, very upset at James Johnson for coming out here saying that he's part of one of the best tag teams in all the Carolinas. Exotic Youth took great exception to that. And White Mike, look at White Mike, he's just eating it up, Curtis.
It looks like he's directing traffic here a little bit too as the Exotic Youth continue this attack. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rob Killjoy. It's Rob Killjoy. He's back in the Elevation Arena. Just like James Johnson saved Rob Killjoy earlier, Rob Killjoy came out and saved James Johnson. He returned the favor, if you will.
Yeah, a lot of history between White Mike and Rob Killjoy here.
The winner of this match has a disqualification. James Johnson.
Looks like